Hey, what's up? My name is Jackie. I'm a recovering addict, and welcome to Gifted Afflicted. I started this channel because I felt like this inner urging or this inner nagging for several years, and I was, I want to say I was like 4 or 5 years sober at this point, and I kept feeling like this inner pull to make a YouTube channel. But the thing is, I'm not somebody that likes to be in front of a camera. I don't like pictures of myself. I never have. Being on camera makes me very uncomfortable because I feel like in this moment I'm the center of attention. I felt confused, right? Confused why to start the YouTube channel, but I still felt pulled to do it. I finally just said fuck it, like with the fear and all that was holding me back. Anytime I tried to share part of my story, a lot of times if I was talking with family members, they would kind of hush me, like, oh, well, nobody wants to hear that. That's too much. And that's understandable because it's my family. So a lot of the things that I'm saying, they might find hurtful because it's like going too deep into my past. But then in NA, Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, I felt censored. When I would try to share certain things, they would say, like, you can't say that, or you're in the wrong meeting, or it was weird, right? It was like there was so many rules and regulations that I felt like by the end of it, they were trying to mold me into somebody that wasn't even going to be me at the end of the result. So I decided to kind of go my own route. And I think the reason that I was so uncomfortable with starting a YouTube channel was because I didn't really know what I could say and what I couldn't say, what would be sharing too much, but what wouldn't be sharing enough. And that's still something I struggle with. But at the heart of this channel, you'll find that I am a recovering addict, but I'm so much more than that. And I'm trying to get my message across via YouTube, but it's a struggle because most of my life I've been like living, off the grid, or I've been laying low. I've been like that because my lifestyle, it required that. I don't, what do I want a camera on me while I'm over here shooting dope or smoking? Or what do I want a camera on me while I'm hopping in this car, I'm breaking this house? See, it didn't go with my lifestyle. So when I got sober, I struggled with a lot of things. Like, it was like the world was evolving so fast, but being in my addiction for 14 years, that kind of staggered me, and it kind of made me like a dinosaur or something, because like I still struggle with technology now to this day. I went to school for graphic design, yet I couldn't tell you a thing about Photoshop. I couldn't tell you a thing about InDesign because with all the drugs I took, I did so much brain damage that they told me basically that I was going to have to be on disability for the rest of my life. And I have never applied to be on disability. See, I challenge that. I think that I can do something with my life. And as of to this date, I've started and kept my business alive since, I want to say 2014. I'm horrible with dates, and I've stayed sober for over 7 years now, going on 8 years. All of this to say, thank you for being here, because every single subscriber I have, I've never asked you to subscribe. So I know that you're here because you want to be here. You push that button, and I appreciate that. That shows me some support, because this work is sort of lonely right now. The work I'm doing on YouTube, I'm starting to gain clarity and realize that maybe I can't sit and talk to my son, or maybe I can't sit and talk to my husband or somebody that I know about my addiction, but maybe this video can live on after I've passed. And being somebody that didn't think I would live past the age of 28, once I hit 28, my world was like shattered. I was like trying to figure out who I was sober, and I was sort of overwhelmed with like the way society wanted me to be, and how I was sort of treated like a leper, because if you're a drug addict, you're like shunned from society, and you try to get clean and you have a record, like a criminal record, it's very difficult to get a regular job, a job that you want, a job worth having. So there's all these obstacles in sobriety, and I guess what I'm trying to say is this channel is becoming where I'm starting to feel comfortable sharing parts of myself because I think there's beauty in the struggle. Gifted, afflicted. We all have gifts and we all have a story worth sharing. We all have a struggle. We all have afflictions. We all have things that we struggle with, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it could be so many things, right? And so I try to share what I'm going through, what I've been through, in the hopes that maybe my son won't have to make the same mistakes I made. Maybe he can watch this when he's old enough and kind of understand, oh, so like that's my mom's story. That's what my mom has trying to keep me away from because that's what she fell into. And maybe this can be a message of hope for somebody that's like, look, I don't fit in NA, or I don't fit in my community, but there's others of us just like you. And the whole message is like, we do recover. It is possible for somebody that is an IV user, what they called me a career criminal, a permanent fuck up, whatever you want to call it. Like, I was labeled so many things. I was labeled a slut, even though I was never a slut. See, the world wants to slap labels on you if you go down the wrong path, but the whole idea is like, you can come back from that. And I want to share that I am coming back from that, but I also want to share that I'm scared to share because I'm also scared that I'm going to fail. Or a big thing that held me back from sharing was I'm afraid I'm going to share like, oh, look, I'm 7 years sober, but then what if I relapse? That scares me. But you know what also scares me is keeping all of this inside and then dying tomorrow, and I could have contributed something good in this world. I guess I'm just realizing that in my heart, I'm always going to be an artist, and I'm always also going to be somebody who is recovering from drug addiction. So you'll kind of get a mesh of the two here on my channel, and I hope that I'm able to get my message across. I might have to get a little bit more creative because up until now, I don't think I'm getting my message across whatsoever, but I am starting to get more comfortable. So I hope that this channel can serve as a landing page for a message of recovery, a message of some of my personal story, and also my creative side, my art and all that. That's like my way of sharing. You can still have fun. You can still have fun without the drugs, without the drinking. You can still have a life that you're like excited to wake up and do, and a job that you love. I feel like I've been so lucky in that way. Now I get to do my own business, which I don't know that I ever envisioned myself doing that, but I feel so lucky that I have the chance to pursue it now, and I have the drive and the energy and the desire to go after my dreams instead of just sitting around smoking and talking about what I want to do someday. I'm actually pursuing it. So this is Gifted Afflicted. I hope you find a video worth watching here, and I hope you find a message worth sharing. Belle wants to say bye.
Say bye.